Hello everyone, this is Val. I'm here to bring a new video for you. In our group, we're having a swap called Teabag Pocket Talks. Our group is Crafting with Creativity, and some of you have brought to my attention that you don't have the tea bag that they're using on the video that we provided for the swap. And I wanted to show you that you can use anything that you have on hand. I'm gonna use this bag, tea bag that don't have the flap, to close the paper bag. So I'm gonna use what I have on hand, and that's what we're trying to show you, that you can use anything that you have at home to do your craft, and you just need to use your creativity. So I'm gonna show you how to decorate one of this one. And here I have some of the things that I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna use everything, but some of this I will use. I showed this receipt that we did in another video that you can use as background paper. But for this one, I think I'm gonna use one of these book pages to decorate, to do as a background for my bag. And I may use some of the other papers that I have here. I don't know yet what I'm gonna use. And then I may use some stamps. I may use a stencil in case I don't use one of the receipt paper for my background, or if I don't feel like if the background is kind of plain, I may use a stencil. This is from Prima Fina Bear. And the thing is anything, sender's choice. So I may do mushrooms, like nature background. So I may use some of this. And I have some of the pieces that I may use. Some of these pieces came from the Teen Hall Embellish Ephemera Pack field notes from this deco paper package that I got on a wish. I wished for nature ephemera, and somebody sent me this from Amazon. So some of the pieces that I'm gonna use are coming from these two packages, and I have some ink that I may use. So for this one, don't have a flap to close it, so I'm gonna create a flap with my paper. Let me see which one I'm gonna use. You see, you can create a flap with the paper that you decorate the back. See if I will use this one. I think I'm gonna use this side. I received this paper in a Happy Mail. Somebody sent it to me with ATC. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to use some of the things that I have received on Happy Mail. That way I can use some of these things that I've been hoarding for a long time. Let me use this. I think I'm gonna use this one with the music notes. And I'm gonna try to leave these edges without paper. So let's see what we create here. This already have a flap here, but I want the music notes in the front. So let's see. It doesn't matter if it's upside down. That will create some interest for your piece, so it doesn't matter. but this one is broken. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I can use this piece. So I'm just gonna cut the excess here of the flap to the size of the flap that I want. And then I want to show some of so when you're creating things like this, it don't have to be perfect. So don't worry about perfection when you're doing this type of craft, because it just will add interest to your piece. So don't worry about edges. Like I say in my video before, I don't like straight edges. So I'm just gonna strip the side. And if you want to decorate the whole back, it's okay, but I just want to show the edges of the original packaging. Gonna cut this here a little bit. So you see, you already have the flap. You don't have to be the same size. It don't have to be perfect. Just want to create art without feeling stressed about it. Just do your thing and don't feel stressed about anything. Just create. So I'm gonna use my glue stick because this book page is kind of satin paper and it's old, so I don't want to get the paper to get wrinkled. Just make sure that you glue it right good to the paper, to the back, I'm sorry. Let's do the back. And sometimes we get stressed when we don't have all the materials that we see in a video, but you don't have to have everything. Like I say before, you can use whatever you have on your hands, and you don't have to spend money and go out and because they're using some type of material on a video. It don't mean that you have to go outside and to the store and get new things. You can use whatever you have at home. So now I'm gonna decorate the back. And I know that on the video, on the picture, it shows like a small clothing, but you can use that if you don't mind having bulk, mailing a bulky piece to your partner. So you can use a paper clip to close this. You don't need to create bulk, and that way you can send your pieces on a flat mail. You see, I may use one, not a metal one, maybe one like a pastel color and a different color, just so it look better. But if you want to send this like using 1 or 2 stamps and a flat mail, you can accomplish that if you don't use bulk embellishments. So let's see what we're gonna decorate this with. Let me see. And I know I want to use this. I'm just creating like a mini collage. I love to do that. I love to do mixed media too. So sometimes you can use different materials to do mixed media. Like you can use acrylic gesso, you can use stencils, pieces of paper. You can use different things to do mixed media. I'm gonna do like a mini collage here. And then here on the flap, I will put a quote or saying. I had these stamps that I get at Hobby Lobby from Hero Arts, and it's mushrooms. It's a mushroom collection. This one say, thank you so mushrooms, snail you later, snail mail. You are fungi, there's so mushroom in your heart and moral support. So I may use one of these saying, I may use this one. This one say make a wish. But I may use there's so mushroom in your heart or your fungi, is depending of the side of the side of the stamp, if it fits on my flap. So I think I'm gonna use this. I like the layout, so I'm just gonna glue everything down. And these ones are so easy to make, and they're a fun project and easy to make. Let me see something. No. Let's go with the original layout that I have before. This is a sticker. I don't like that white edge a lot, so I'm just gonna trim it a little bit. And just have fun creating. Don't stress about it. Just have fun creating your pieces. Oh, and I want to distress the edges. I forgot to do that first, but let me just finish trimming this a little bit, because I don't like those white edges. And when you're fussy cutting, the easy way to do it is just to move the piece that you're cutting instead of the scissors. And it will be a lot easier to do the fussy cutting. To distress the edges, I'm just gonna use my archival ink, and the color is sepia. And like I say in my other video, you can, if you don't have like distress inks or the ink pads, you can always use shoe polish. I may go and get some so I can show you on my next video how you can distress with the shoe polish. So I'm just gonna distress the edges a little bit here. I'm gonna do the edges, distress the edges inside of the flap, so since you're gonna open it and see it. This paper is kind of delicate, so be careful when you're distressing your edges if you're using an old book page. I'm gonna distress it in the back too. And you don't have to distress the edges if you don't want to. It look more vintagey, and it creates an illusion of old paper, like you're using old paper, but you don't have to do that. If you don't have the ink or anything, just leave it like that. Just don't stress about it, okay? Let me see if I can distress this a little bit. Still have some of the white edges. Let's see something. Let's see if I may use one of these mushrooms here, better than the sticker. What do you think? I think I'm gonna use this one because this mushroom, you can see it here with the dark paper in the back. So I'm just gonna use this one, and I like it better. It's gonna distress the edges. For that event, you need 2 of these tea bags, but I only gonna do 1 on camera, so the video is not that long, but you get the idea on how to create a flap for a regular tea bag. If you don't have the paper one with the flap, don't worry about it. Just use what you have at home. We need to learn, how to repurpose things that we have at home. And create art with it. I think I'm gonna add this so when the person opens the flap, there's something there. And you can use any glue, but for thinner paper, you should use a glue that won't wrinkle the paper. And I really like this Elmer's Goes on Purple Dries Clear glue stick. Yep, I like it. Let me see. Okay, and then let me see what I'm gonna use here. This is too long. I think I'm just gonna go with this one. Thank you so much, Sharon. And I'm gonna use the same color that I used to distress the edges. This is a piece of paper that somebody sent me in ATC inside of this, like an envelope. And I just keep everything and reuse it. Let me just clean my stamp. Let me just close my ink. Cut this. I don't like the plain white paper cardstock here, so I'm just gonna glue it to something else. I think I'm gonna use this one. And I just decorating this one in a simple way, but you can do anything that you like to decorate yours. But if you want to send it in a flat mail, then I recommend to use just simple decoration and don't use bulk embellishments. That way, yeah, I like that. And I may add some of this. Let me see. I would like this. Sticking like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, but I'm just gonna cut it in half. Just to add something to the page, to the flap, and it look more interesting. Just gonna trim it a little bit. You can leave it sticking like that, but I'm gonna trim it just a little bit. So there you go. There you have your tea bag. And you can put anything, maybe some ephemera, small ephemera or something for your partner. But even stay close. You may not even need a paper clip or anything. And you open it. It's just a simple way to decorate a tea bag for our event. This is the back. I'm not gonna decorate the back because if the person is gonna use it like on a junk journal and they wanna stick this to the paper, to the page, why you gonna waste your items decorating the back? So if the person want to use it as a floating, how you say that, a floating element on the junk journal, then they can decorate the back if they want. But I will just leave it simple like this, and you only have to do 2 of this for this swap. So this is an easy way to add a flap to a tea bag that don't have the paper bag that don't have the flaps on the tea. I don't have any, so I cannot show you. But as you go to the event and you see the video, you will see what they use there. But this is an easy and simple way to add a flap to your tea bag. I hope this video is informative and that you can learn from this a different way to, do a simple decoration for a tea bag. Have a good day and happy crafting, everyone.